And it's like that. Welcome back to another episode of Survival Time. We finna get back into Mayor Mamdani out in New York. I want to keep following this because I need people to understand that socialism is not a good thing. People don't understand what socialism is and what it holds and how it will fuck up the system that we live in and the country that we fuck with. You feel me? If we had socialism at the start of this shit, we would be all fucked up. We would be like Russia, Canada, a bunch of other places that's bullshit. You feel me? Waiting 30 days and 30 nights to get to see a damn doctor when you got private insurance and you got private, you know what I'm saying, home ownership. You got private things like you actually could say you doing shit. But let's see what he talking about, because apparently this got something to do with the motherfucking grocery store owners. So we finna see what they're talking about, because to me, I keep trying to say, I feel like he's trying to push the independent businessman out and move the government in. Even the corporations, I feel like he's just trying to push businesses out and move the government in to take over everything pretty much, so they can have more control over what the fuck is going on. See, at that point, now we'll have to ration and do what the fuck they say. That's how I feel.
All right, New York's plan for city-run grocery stores facing a new round of pushback as bodega owners report aides to Mayor Zohran Mamdani started asking about their top-selling items and which products make them the most money. Now, some store owners are wondering if City Hall's figuring out how to compete with them. John Katzimatidis is with us now, the Red Apple Group CEO and president of Graciti's and D'Agostino's Foods. Welcome to you. Good to see you, John. I know you care so deeply about the city and the people of the city and the employees of the city and the employers. Many of these bodegas, family-owned, work 7 days a week. They know the names of the customers who walk in the door. In walks the aides of Mayor Mamdani, I combined the two. In walk the aides and say, hey, by the way, why don't you share some of your proprietary information that you've learned running your business over the years? Which products make you the most money? Where's the most profit margin? These bodega owners are saying, take a hike. What's going on here?
The answers are very, very easy. And since a lot of the people that the mayor has on his staff do not know the retail business, do not know, I will suggest it. The fact is, I've offered my services to it. They're not going to open some of the stores at 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. You know, if they gave me the assignment, I'll open them all up in 6 months. Let's go away from that. You know, but it's a 6-month deal. It's not a 2-year, 3-year deal. And the fact is, if they want to lower the prices of eggs, tell everybody, okay, show us your purchases. You bought 10,000 cases of or 10,000 dozen of eggs. We'll give you a credit against your real estate taxes of $1 a dozen, with the promise you can lower the prices. I mean, it's very simple. Let all the bodegas, let all the supermarkets participate. Lower the price of eggs. Give a credit against their real estate taxes. The other problem we have in New York City, half the retail stores in New York City are closing. Because not only are we not getting credit against our real estate taxes, congestion pricing. Anytime you want a manufacturer to come to New York City, you know what happens? You know, this New York City.
They find out the
congestion
cost.
Pricing.
Yeah.
I'm going to charge you 15, 20% more for your product. So we're hurting the consumer. We're hurting the business people. You can't hurt the consumer and the business people. That doesn't make people happy. Let's give a credit to, you want to sell eggs? Give a credit $1 a dozen with the condition that you lower your gross margins $1 a dozen. And give a credit to milk. Give a credit to whatever products you want to sell.
Does the taxpayer benefit in any way from this? I mean, they're on the hook for paying for these stores, right? What are we talking, upwards of $30 million? And then if they fail, you know, we're also on the hook, the taxpayer. But if they fail, there's the potential that they ran all the bodega owners out of business.
I'm gonna tell you what's so funny, right? I was having a debate with some goofy ass niggas online, and the thing was, I was trying to explain to them how all of this can backfire and force like the working class to be taxed. And they were saying, "Oh, he's not taxing them right now." It don't matter if he's taxing them right now or not. If this shit don't go right and everything backfires, which it will, it's going to fall down on the working class citizen. No matter what you think, when you think you're going to get something for free, that's a lie. Nothing's free in America. Nothing's free in life. Even God don't ask for nothing. Like you can't get nothing free from God. You got to at least give effort. You got to at least try. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least put your best foot forward and live your best life. That's the only way you're going to get blessed. Or you got to put the effort in, the hustle and grind for what you want for your dreams. Nothing comes without any work or any purchase or whatever. People got to understand that, because that's what's going to run everything into the ground. The youth don't understand it because they're so lazy right now, I feel like, and everybody's so soft, and nobody's really teaching niggas how to survive on their own or to survive, period, or helping them understand why certain things do not profit or gain anything. Because everybody just want to sit at the crib, play video games, bullshit on YouTube all day, whatever, whatever. But it's a serious issue when it actually impacts everybody. Okay, and then if one country feel like, I mean, not one country, if one city feel like they can do this, then it's just going to encourage another city to feel like they can do this, and another city, and another city, when it's really going to end up fucking us up even more when we already in debt as an entirety to our country. People have to realize, like, no way in hell does socialism help us. And I'm glad he said what he said about the real estate tax, because that would be way more beneficial than what the fuck Mamdani is talking about. Even with the shit as far as like the jobs, he was saying that if you got too many employees, you're gonna get taxed. Like, that don't really make sense. So now they're gonna start firing or laying people off at that point if they got too many people on hand or payroll. Then you got the fact that like they just said, these store owners have been in the neighborhood for decades, probably. All of these people have owned their businesses for as long as they possibly been in this country. And this is the thing where he was saying he wants to help immigrants. I don't see that helping immigrants. Real talk. I don't see that helping nobody. Not the people, not the immigrants, not even the city. I really feel like he's really going to run the city into the ground. And you can tell just based on the shit that he's doing, because he's not really trying to profit anything for anybody. He's just trying to basically sell dreams and ideas. And I really wish people would pay more attention to that, because I watch people in under 50 cent comments and all of that trying to dictate and talk all of this shit about taxing the rich, taxing the rich. Let me tell you something. Everybody who say they're going to tax the rich always end up taxing the poor at some point. Don't never believe they're going to tax the rich, because the rich is going to find a loophole. So when you start talking more taxes, always realize it's going to come down on you at some point eventually. Even with the budget, like, they gave this nigga this huge ass budget, but I don't see him doing what he needs to do to complete or successfully move this budget. I feel like it's going to fall on the taxpayers. People who just got to open their eyes, and it's going to be New York as the first example.
Now there's nowhere to shop.
There's nowhere to shop. You're absolutely right. And they can't replace them. You put the people out of the bodega owners out of business, then there's no place to shop. And they can't replace the places that they operate. But so there's a common sense decision. There's a common sense solution. All they have to do is get some people around them that know the business and know how to...
I almost forgot to call for some of this stuff because this is just too good to be true. So the deputy mayor from the Economic Justice Office for the city is defending this, saying, we met with bodega owners so that they could help us plan and ensure that we take into account their challenges and their role as part of the food ecosystem. Okay, I'll spare you the rest. Then there's this. Here's the grocery store owners, the bodega owners, talking to the New York Post about this as a roundtable discussion. They wanted us to share proprietary information with them, but they don't answer our questions. It seems like a clumsy, one-sided fishing expedition. I would be put off if my local government asked me questions about my profits and margins. It's none of their business. Here. I'll finish off with this. This is Key Food owner Ruben Luna on his concerns over these government-run stores. Listen.
We're going to be suffering. We're going to disappear. We're going to lay off a lot of people. Where those people are going to get jobs? So they're going to affect not only the supermarket, but those little vendors in the street. There's already too many stores in the neighborhood. And how can you compete against the government or the mayor? There's no way we can do it. So we're going to be in trouble.
This puts them in a tough position. Last thought, John?
Last thought? Why reduce the prices of eggs or bread or milk in 5 locations in the city? Reduce them in all locations by giving an equal amount of credit for reducing the prices.
Have you pitched this idea to the mayor?
I've offered my services, and I still offer my services.
It seems like
it's simple.
Common sense, John.
It's common sense.
We're going to stop right there, but like I said, Mamdani is being a bitch, and he's finna run the city into the ground because, and this is probably the most important city to America, really, but he going to run that city into the ground due to the simple fact, if you pay attention, every move he's making literally only profits his gain or what his plan is, quote unquote. It don't affect the people in any type of way, for real. It really makes it look like he owns some like dictator shit, which I already said this about socialism. You have to understand, like, you don't want the government in your business. I said this on the last video about this shit. Like, the last thing you want is for motherfuckers to be telling you what you can and can't do with your own shit. Whether it's your property, your kids, or whatever, your money, whatever. They're going to be paying attention to all of that. Now they know they shooting shit up their ass because they lying like a motherfucker saying that they asking these people these questions for no real reason, trying to figure out how the market work. You trying to figure out how the market works so you can rape the market. You trying to figure out where the money at so you can gain the money in the right ways and places. But where's the money gonna really go to? Just like they had like the power out in the Bronx or whatever, or I think it was Brooklyn. It might have been Brooklyn. I could be wrong. They had a power outage out there. The people shutting down pools and all that. People need pools fixed, all type of stuff. It's all types of things going on in New York, and none of that shit is actually getting fixed. None of that shit is going to get fixed. That's how I feel, because everything that's based on the government, to me, don't matter who you put in office, depending on who you put in office and who you vote for, it only leads to destruction. Because, like I said, you don't ever want the government in your business, whether it be fucking, I don't give a fuck what it is, man. Your toilet paper, whatever. They asking them questions about how much money they making. Like, that ain't something that motherfuckers should be asking you. Now, around tax time, you know what I'm saying? As far as profits, that's one thing. But to be asking me what my profits is on some random shit, like, fuck out of here. I would have spit in that nigga face whoever asked him that, because that's dumb. I would never tell you that, because that I wouldn't even tell an average person that, because they might rob my dumb ass. And that's the point I feel like they trying to make. Well, I ain't gonna say that's the point they trying to make, but that's the point I'm trying to make. The government ain't gonna do nothing but start robbing people for their property, their businesses, and all that other shit. And another thing, they can't get back to these big corporations. People keep thinking it's sweet that these corporations is leaving their city, talking about it's beneficial, it help the people, this, that, and the third, and this and that, and it's too high or whatever. But you're not realizing when these places leaves, the jobs leave. When these places leave, the business leaves. You see what I'm saying? You can't grocery shop here, there, and there no more. You can't buy furniture from here, there, and there no more. You have to go to specific places across town and shit like that. And it's going to inconvenience more people than it's actually going to help. People don't think about none of this long term shit because they so caught up in short term ventures. It's bullshit, man. If you think something is free in this country, if you think you just gonna get some shit for nothing, you're dead fucking wrong. And for the generation that was before us, they fucked us over, because when you really sit back and look at it, we have no real training or understanding on why certain things have passed and came to be. Because like I said before in another video, in the 60s and 50s, niggas was getting hung for being socialists or thought to be socialists. You see what I'm saying? And it's always rich white kids that always want to be socialists. I can't get down with the program because I already know how this shit's going to go, because it's already going like this in Chicago. They ran a lot of businesses out of Chicago, major businesses out of Chicago. We lost the Bears. You see what I'm saying? It's just a domino effect. And they not even on no socialist shit. They just on some bullshit. So just imagine if motherfuckers was all moving like Mamdani. Mind you, these are all Democrats doing this dumbass shit. I don't give a fuck what people say about Republicans. Republicans is about that money. Okay? They gonna make sure the dollars is right. Okay? Rob DeSantis or whatever the nigga, these niggas is gonna make sure the dollars is right. They gonna make sure the shit makes sense. They not gonna bullshit you, like saying that they gonna cancel property tax, shit like that. These are things that benefit the citizen of America. You see what I'm saying? Instead of bullshitting us, making it seem like you here for us and helping us, actually give us real resolution to the things that we doing. Actually give us real reward. Because all I'm seeing is everybody hike up taxes. Whether it be on the rich or the poor, you hiking up taxes. Taxes is gonna go up regardless. We got food tax, sale tax, entertainment tax. We got all fucking social media tax. It's all types of ways that they can rape you up the ass with taxes, but people ain't thinking about that. They just thinking about this bullshit with the rich people. You can't be mad at somebody for being successful in life because you was a lazy ass bastard. Not saying you was lazy. You just didn't take the same initiative to do what they did. And what killed me with black folks is that supporting this is you never put yourself in a position to be successful. A lot of black folks put themselves in a position for shit like this, which is where food stamps come in at, Section 8 come in at, and these are all communist or socialist ideas, quote unquote, if you want to put it like that, because we can think about it like this. The government is in your household at that point when you're on Section 8. The government is in your finances when you're on food stamps. You can't make a certain amount of money. You can't have your husband in the household. You can only have a certain amount of people in the household. This, that, and the third. Just certain things that you have to understand. This is why you don't want the government in your business, bro. This is why you want to own things for yourself. Don't look for the easy way out. Look for the way to progress and step forward and level up. Because that's what's really going to help and benefit and lower prices and lower taxes and this, that, and the third. When you start actually providing to the motherfucking system. And we start finding ways around the system that actually benefit us in a way where it won't fuck us over later on down the line. Like he just said, You give something, you take something. You take something, you give something. That property tax thing that he said, that idea is a great idea. You giving them something while you're taking something. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not 100% hurting their business by doing it. But y'all let me know what the fuck y'all think. I'm out. Peace.
Hey, these niggas bound to attack. Gotta know your purpose, understand what worth is. These snakes is lurking.